Good evening. Mike Geary here, Hellfish Haven. You see Travis Barrington is not over to my side here. I've got Craig Chapman, VP of NEHOV and the commander of the VFW Post 443 in North Attleboro. Join me tonight for W.A.R. We are resilient. Travis is on mission. And Craig has a couple of events coming up that just want to be able to share with you guys. One being an event that, was very impactful to me last year. Craig, do you want to talk about NEHOV's event this weekend?
Yeah, so good to be back on. It's been a little while. A lot of things going on in the veteran world on the multiple hats that I'm wearing, but New England is helping our veterans. Obviously, we're out there in the community and helping veterans every day. So we wanted to touch base about the car giveaway that we've been doing now. I think this is our fifth year doing that. And what happens is throughout the year, we get donations of cars from all different people around Rhode Island and Massachusetts. Mm-hmm. And what we do is we have a mechanic shop in Woonsocket, Henry's Auto. Bill, the owner, used to be our treasurer, had some health issues and whatnot, but he still wants to be part of NEHOV and conduct the car giveaway. So when we get cars donated, we bring them to Bill. He checks them out, see if they're a viable car to be able to kind of go through and get it back up and running and working order and safe. And then we raffle them off to veterans in need every year right around Veterans Day. So we've gone from 1 to 2 cars in a year to this year we had 6, I believe, 5 or 6. And so it's pretty amazing to be able to get these donations in, and Bill, takes his staff and no cost to the organization, volunteers his staff time, and works with Napa Auto Parts, and they provide all the parts for these vehicles, and Bill gets them back up running safe and sound for a veteran in need. Again, the biggest thing is these are, used cars that were donated. So you're not getting a brand new car, but a veteran that doesn't have any transportation, you can attest to that, Mike. It's life-changing for these veterans to be able to have a vehicle to rely on now to be able to get places, doctor appointments, and help their family out. So
absolutely. Emily loves being able to go, back and forth to the park now, and Jackie was able to get a better, paying job because of it. It definitely makes a world of difference.
Yeah, and so we did our drawing yesterday. I think we had over 100 entries, and what happens is the veterans go on our website and fill out a form with their information and proof of service, and then they write a little snippet about why a car would impact their life and how they need it, and then we make sure it's a viable entry, and they all go into a big hat, and we draw however many cars we have names out. So we had
it looks like you guys got 5, Army,
6,
Air Force, 6, all different branches of service this time.
Yeah, so we had 6 winners yesterday. They were announced on ON Woonsocket Radio, and they were all notified and verified afterwards with our president, Jimmy Collins, and Bill, the owner of Henry's Auto Repair. And we're going to be giving those cars away to them this Saturday, November 22nd, 11 a.m. at the American Legion, 870 River Ave in Woonsocket, Rhode Island. And these veterans don't know what car they're getting. We have them in envelopes all ready to go, and each veteran will come up on how their name was drawn, 1 through 6, and They pick an envelope. You got to experience that last year. And then when you open the envelope, you find out which car is yours. So it's pretty cool. and it's, I mean, I'm hoping, I think you're available Saturday. We'd love to have you on over there, and you can say a few words before the veterans
Absolutely,
built
definitely want
ours
to
to let them know how it impacted your life.
definitely want to be able to share my story and let the supporters and the folks that donated and put the hours behind the wrench work to be able to fix the Subaru for my family to know it's done us very well over the last year.
Yeah, and the cool thing about it is we actually invite the donors of the cars if they want to come to the event. They're more than welcome to come with their family and see the veterans potentially get their vehicle. And it's pretty cool to be able to see that. A lot of these vehicles are donated specifically to be for a veteran, so
That's awesome.
it's great for the family to see that. So the event that we run 11 to 2 on Saturday, we have raffle baskets, raffle prizes. We're going to have food there, so there'll be usually hot dogs, hamburgers, chips, stuff like that, drinks.
Yep.
And then we usually have dignitaries from the city of Woonsocket, sometimes the mayor or council people attend, and it's just a great public event, and it's truly for those veterans that won those cars, and to see what type of communities out there and how they support organizations like ours, a nonprofit that helps veterans, businesses like Henry's that truly dedicates this time to be able to do this event now for 5 years, and hopefully it'll go on for a few more, and get the community together and come out and support. So that's what it's all about.
Have you heard from any of the other vets from previous years? Do you still have contact with some of the guys?
Unfortunately, usually we hear when there's a problem, but over the years it's been you have a couple that some of these cars, like I said, they're gently used vehicles, and we've gone through them the best we can, but you can't predict the future on a part that might give out or break, and we do everything we can to work with Henry's, and Bill will certainly bring a car back in and try and fix it right and the best way possible he can. But we do. We had another family a couple years ago that was in similar shoes as you, needed a vehicle for their family. The husband was the veteran that was going to school, and the wife was working. They were trying to split use of the one vehicle they had, and they had 2 small children going to preschool and daycares, and it was very challenging for them to be able to do that. And they entered the raffle, and Dave won a vehicle and still drives it to this day, and it's helped his family immensely and himself. He's finishing up his college education now, and
that's awesome
to get into the job field that he went to college for. So it's awesome to hear these stories, and again, obviously know you on many different fronts, and we communicate quite a bit throughout the month anyway, but it's great to hear those success stories. And sometimes you have the cars that don't cut the mustard, and I mean, you're getting a free car. We can't really I said, predict the future on what may happen to it, but it's only been like 1 or 2 incidences. And we've given out, I think to date now, we've given out about almost 20 cars. So to have a small percentage that come back or don't make it that far along the future, it's pretty cool, pretty amazing to see the effects that it has.
Luckily, they'll all be in Rhode Island this time, so you shouldn't have to worry about having to tow anybody.
Yeah, well, hey, we worked like you experienced. We work with local companies that have tow trucks and are willing to donate a driver in their truck to get cars back for the veterans. So it's truly a collaborative effort, and it's all about the veterans' experience and getting them a better quality of life so they can be productive and move on in the future what they want to do.
And now I got my VFW magazine in the mail this month, and I saw it listed there in the the All-American Post Commanders list. Saw you on there.
Yeah, and so my other hat at the VFW in North Attleboro, Post 443, we were recognized, yes, as an All-American Post. Essentially, that's just certain criteria throughout the year that you have to fulfill in the VFW world to be All-American. We were also All-State, and that's truly, I'm just the figure and title of the VFW. It's truly all the members like yourself and many others that we've been able to recruit and sign up into our VFW. It's truly a collaborative effort amongst all of us, and it's awesome to be able to see what we've done in a short period of time of 3 years and turning that post around from being in the ashes to last year we were the #1 post in the state of Massachusetts with membership and other criteria, as well as being recognized nationally as All-American. So it's awesome to see the members and what our mission is for that VFW get back to where it was and bring that post back to thriving, and that's where it's at right now. And we continue. There's many of us now that are there that want to see it continue that for many years to come. So.
Yep. And you've got a good crew of people that, it's not the same, 3 guys that are, in the officer positions that are always, there for the event and stuff. It's, it's a rotating, cast of characters that are, there volunteering, helping out, see that you guys have, ambassadors there for, when you got events and things like that. Like, it's really nice to see, more than just the officers involved, actual, day-to-day members, coming in and, wanting to be involved.
Yeah, I mean, we're just like any other VFW. I mean, you walk into it's, typically you do have that handful of individuals that are the constant faces at all the events and volunteering for the poppy drives and, getting things done. But we're slowly getting into that arena of getting a lot of different members involved, and that's a great thing. And I think we still have a lot to learn on that front of trying to figure out how you can get more members active than just showing up to a monthly meeting. I mean, our monthly meeting 2 weeks ago I think it was the biggest turnout we've had short of last April when we recognized the Patriots Pen and Voice of Democracy and Teacher Awards. We had a dinner banquet for them at the Post. And I think this meeting 2 weeks ago was right about the same number, 20 plus people there. So it was pretty amazing to see that when you're used to 5 to 7.
Yeah.
So that's refreshing, and it's hopefully a good outlook that a lot more individuals want to take that stake in their post and make it what it should be, incorporated in the community, doing things with the community, and also cleaning the place up. It's been there for a long time. 1957, that building was there. And some of the parts of it still look like it's from 1957, but we're slowly working on that and turning it around. So
now you guys just had an Eagle Scout project there, didn't you?
Yeah, so we got together with one of the Boy Scout troops in North Attleboro, Troop 23, and their Eagle Scouts are always looking for community projects because it's one of their criteria to become an Eagle Scout. And we had Max Daniels come out and pitch and present a game plan to redo our flagpole out front and the 2 garden beds in front, so give it some curb appeal. And he worked with his father and several other scouts' parents, and a lot of the scouts themselves came and volunteered over the summer to do this beautification project for the flagpole. We have a little concrete cannon and some cannonballs on either side of the pole and a nice bronze plaque, and then the 2 garden beds behind it at the front of the post. And it came out, we have that on our Facebook page as well. Just we had our barbecue back in October, and the scouts came out and we took a nice picture of the project completion. So it's great to do that. And as a matter of fact, I just had one of the scout leaders come visit me last night at our monthly meeting for NEHOV. We do it at the VFW in North Attleboro, and he came in and he has 4 potential life scouts right now that are looking at Eagle projects coming up in the spring. So, and wanted to come to the VFW and see what we had that they could help us out with. So it looks like we could potentially have 4 other projects going on next year with the Boy Scouts in North Attleboro, which is awesome.
That'd be awesome. And now Hellfish Haven has been doing the monthly coffee and camaraderie events at the post there too with you guys. And we've been it's been good to see the different groups of people that have come in. From people coming from New Hampshire, guys have come from the Cape, and then the gentleman that we were able to get him to become a member on his 103rd birthday. I thought that was pretty special.
Castor Salemi, the oldest living World War II veteran in North Attleboro, he turned 103 June 14th, and we signed him up as an official member of the VFW on that day as well. And we got another gentleman that just signed up last month from Seekonk, Bill Soul, and he's giving Castor a run for his money. He's 102. So, to all those veterans out there that are in our arena, the Gulf War, Global War on Terror, it's never too late to sign up for the VFW, and the VFW appreciates every member and needs every member to be able to do the things that we're doing within the community and have our numbers show that. You and I was in the same shoes when I was actively serving. I got a young family, kids, a house, mortgage, career, trying to juggle all that. And then, give some time to the VFW just wasn't in the cards back then. But now I'm seeing myself as the younger generation getting the torch passed from the older generation, those World War II, Korean, Vietnam veterans that, are slowly going off, unfortunately, with health issues or, age out. So we're the ones who have to pick up the torch and run with it and turn the VFWs around because they're not there anymore to be able to do what we're doing. So
it's important to you have those numbers, even if, you're just a member on paper and, supporting the organization, you are a number when, they go down to DC and they advocate on our behalf and, they're able to say, the commander's down there on behalf of, X amount of, veterans of foreign wars, X amount of Legion members, X amount of, DAV members, they're able to go down there and petition on our behalf, and especially, I know a few weeks back they had a couple of articles in the Washington Post that were very negative towards the veteran community.
Right.
And, all the national commanders and everything, put out letters immediately to say, hey, this is not how it is, and we're being painted in a negative color.
Yeah, absolutely. Every member counts, and the thing is with the VFWs is they've, unfortunately, back in the day they had got a little bit of a bad rap, as being the place that you go and drink and barroom fights and all that, but they're changing, and there's a lot of resources just by joining the VFW that a veteran finds out about that they would have never known about because they don't research or it's not, right out there in front of them. So, we have a diverse membership. We have veteran service officers as members. We have individuals that work in the VA in Providence for claims and benefits and integration and relocation of homeless. And so there's a lot of help just within our VFWs when we have members sign up. And then you do collaborations like me being with New England is helping our veterans. We find a veteran in North Attleboro that needs some assistance. Now we got a couple fronts helping them instead of, a post that maybe doesn't have a lot of money to be able to help the veteran. And that's why we've really focused on a lot of fundraising events for our VFW. And we have a very good
one coming up Saturday night, don't you?
Yep, that's the one. So Saturday you can come to NEHOV's car raffle during the day and participate in supporting the New England is helping our veterans with the raffle baskets that are going on there and see these veterans receive these refurbished cars that they will be changing their lives. And then in the evening, you can come down to the post in North Attleboro, VFW Post 443. From 6 to 10, we have a band, Nitro 95. They came out last year, St. Patrick's Day weekend, and it was an awesome event. We had raffle table with raffle baskets and 50-50, and they played for the evening. And the fee at the door fee is 100% goes to the VFW to be able to help veterans within the community. I think last year we were able to raise about $4,000 just from that evening. So it really helps the Post with their relief fund and the availability of funds to be able to help a veteran when they need it. So that's Saturday night. So it could be a fun-filled day of veteran activities between New England veterans and the VFW.
Start here at the Legion is where they're going to do the event.
They're doing the Legion in Woonsocket just because it has an indoor-outdoor capabilities and parking because Henry's, you were there last year. It's very, very tight and not parking friendly. So,
and once that wind picked up, I thought we were going to lose the tents too.
Right. So so the Post, the American Legion Post 85 in Woonsocket approached us and said they would be more than honored to host our event there, and I think it's rather appropriate as well, being an American Legion and doing this for veterans. So.
And then that night, this is the flyer. I'll post both these on the Hellfish Haven and WAR Facebooks as well. You can find them on the VFW's Post 443. They have a webpage, and they've also got a group as well that folks want to join.
Yeah, and what we did was we also coupled Nitro 95 night with Toys for Tots. We have a Toys for Tots bin at the Post, and anybody that's attending, please, bring a new unwrapped toy to participate in Toys and Tots. And then we also have a coat drive going on. So if you have gently used coats at home that the kids grew out of or you're not using, bring them down to the Post, and we'll get those to the appropriate organizations to be able to help veterans and families in need of these coats and toys for Christmas.
Yeah, you have to remind me of that for Saturday. I've got a bunch from, Emily's, hit a couple of growth spurts since last year. Yeah,
I'm sure. And there'll be a couple more too.
And I know you also have, what was that, Army Navy squares going on?
Yeah, so we did it last year, Army Navy squares fundraising for the VFW Post as well. We have it's the December, I think the game is December 13th, if I remember correctly, Army Navy.
Yes.
And we'll have the squares up, and we'll do that day. We do the blind draw of numbers across the top and bottom, so you can determine each quarter what the winning number would be or the winning person. And we do half goes out to the each quarter. So we do $250 each quarter. It can be one. And then we raise $2,000 out of it, and $1,000 goes to our relief fund. So it was a huge hit last year. We did kind of like a watch party collaboration at the Post. So we had some like potluck patrons and members brought in different dishes and chips, and we had the game airing on all the TVs and did the quarter by quarter winners as well. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, they're gonna be down in Baltimore this year. It says 3:00 on December 13th.
Yep. So between now and then, we'll be selling the squares. We're almost halfway there. We're about 37, I think, last night when I was there for Dart League. So we're getting close, and I'm figuring with the turnout we'll have Saturday night, we should be able to get a few more squares out there. And if we fill up fast enough, we could start another pool as well. So,
and if folks haven't seen, you guys redid the canteen, redid the bar top, put, new things in, and, have cleaned up the place. It's not a old smoky dungeon, So when folks are thinking of the VFW, if you take a look at the Facebook page, you can see the new images coming out of there, and see that it's, it's updated and things are clean and serviceable.
Yeah, we're definitely we're always doing a project there. We just had our bathrooms all power washed. We've looking at getting the canteen floor done. We've installed a few new doors. I mean, we're always trying to upgrade the place. And this summer really took a hit, about $12,000 to $15,000 in refrigeration equipment between 2 beer coolers, a ice machine, and a walk-in refrigerator. But because of these events, fundraising, and supporting the canteen, we've been able to. Sorry about the clock in the background there.
No worries.
We've been able to have funds to be able to purchase this stuff. 3 years ago, we would have been looking at each other like, where are we going to get a beer cooler from? Because we have no money. So because of the recruiting membership, having the same visions, and actually doing these fundraising events and community events, we've been able to help renew our post and revive it and bring it to today's age of what a post should look like and be. So
that's awesome. Well, thank you for joining us today, and we'll have this airing on Thursday. We're recording it ahead of time, so that way we're not fighting to get on right before it starts. It's a lot easier this way sometimes to pre-record, and then we'll probably shoot again on Friday night just to be able to let folks know again of the 2 events going on Saturday. I'll be there on Saturday morning, and then I have to see if the wife will let me out for Saturday afternoon into evening.
Yeah, I'd love to see anybody that can come out. I know we had a VFW district meeting last Sunday, and Seth and I and the colonel were there, and we put the event out, and actually some of the state board members were there, and they said that they were looking forward to coming out to the event Saturday. So hopefully we'll get some people interested in coming out. I think the weather's going to be kind of a little wonky with maybe some rain, but it's a perfect time to be inside and enjoying some great music and great camaraderie. As far as coffee and camaraderie, I'm assuming you're not going to be doing that Saturday because we're at the NEHOV event.
Yeah, I figured it was a little busy this month, so I figured we'll make our comeback in December.
Sounds great, and we gotta work on trying to get our participation is great, but sometimes we'll go there and we'll have like 5 people, and sometimes we'll go there and it'll be 10. So I'm trying to figure out a way on how we can get more participation, because it's a great time, even if it's just a few of us members just hanging out, chatting. You got the video games set up on the TV. You got all the games for the kids. We got donuts, muffins. So I mean, it's just a great couple hours to hang out and see our VFW post and talk to veterans and what we're doing out there in the community. So,
and the biggest thing is like trying to figure out which social media front to push out on, and and if it pays to put $10 or $15 into like an ad to get it out to more people. It seems more and more that these companies are paid to play, versus before, where if something was shared enough times, it would go on people's timelines. Now it's like, unless you pay, like, you basically get hidden.
Yeah, it's still one of those tricky things, because we've done a couple tests on the Facebook boosting or whatever, and
yeah,
I mean, it shows that it's supposedly getting out there more, but the participation doesn't seem to rise to that level, So it's almost like we need our own signboard out on Route 1 there, displaying all our events coming up so people actually see it. But we still grind and throw everything out there on Facebook and the website.
We got to think about too, putting at the bar, have upcoming events, and got to do better about posting something on the door as people are leaving. They know what's coming up for the that month.
Yeah, for sure. And we should definitely need to work on that. But between all the members and everything we're doing now, we're getting pretty good turnouts, and it can only hopefully get better from there. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, have a good night, and I'll see you on Saturday.
All right, Mike, appreciate it. Happy Thanksgiving.